What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. So MAGA is burning MAGA flags and MAGA hats and all kind of MAGA paraphernalia. But guess what? They still the suckers because they paid for it, right? You still spent your money for it, so it don't matter what you do with it now. You done got your money. But look at here. So now, once again, they burning shit because they done got screwed over. Once again, like, if this is the case, they should burn every flag every 2 years, every 4 years. White folks in the middle of America should be burning flags. They should have been burning the American flag. They should have been burning every goddamn their state flag. Because every one of these flags that they like to fly in front of their goddamn houses has screwed them over from the creation of the flag. Since the existence and before the existence of the flag, these white serf peasants, slaves by another name, and enforcers of rich white people via white supremacy as the middlemen, right, as fodder for white supremacy, right? You slaves are now burning your goddamn MAGA goddamn flags and hats, only to pick up another one. All right, America first. You bums went from Sarah fucking Palin, all right, don't tread on me, Tea Party. All right, y'all burn them goddamn flags and shit. Y'all got rid of them when y'all didn't win that shit. And then y'all just slid over to MAGA and shit. And y'all went and purchased another set of flags like we don't know y'all the same motherfucking Tea Party, right? And we go back further, you're the goddamn Reaganites. You were goddamn Reagan voters. And then you were the goddamn dumbass freaking goddamn George Bush, the second goddamn voter. Right? And then your ass went over there to goddamn John McCain when he threw dumbass Sarah Palin in front of you. And then they gave you a super duper dumbass racist neo-Nazi administration, Donald Trump. And you guys salivated like it was a fucking T-bone steak with premium top shelf A1 sauce on it. And y'all still got screwed. And now y'all about to do it again because some charismatic ass white racist light is about to take over, right? And y'all gonna go find y'all another racist white rich man. They don't give a shit about you, and y'all gonna blindly vote for them again. And you're gonna start waving your America First flags and your America First hat, and I'm sure y'all gonna get a goddamn flag. And when America First shows you that they're not America First, you're gonna be fucking burning them goddamn flags in 2 years and 4 years, just like you burned all the other goddamn flags. Y'all like burning shit. Y'all really that's the way y'all approach, just burn it, huh? You guys are well known for burning shit that is smarter than you, bigger than you, stronger than you, better than you, everything. You just burn everything. That's what you do. You burn shit. That's what y'all like to do. But burning shit ain't never got y'all nowhere. Now y'all burning, huh? Now, Jesus, all right, the Son of God has come back to reap vengeance upon his enemies on behalf of his children. All right, and deal with that shit. All right. Anyway, you guys tell me what y'all think about this bull fraganagle burning you. Like, we give a fuck about you burning your God. Y'all still stupid, and y'all already paid for them flags. So what if y'all burn them? What? Don't mean nothing. You still a fool. Anyway, tell me what you think in the comment section. This is Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
We supported him for 10 years, and I'm 11, and you betrayed us for Israel, and that's crazy. You're also in the Epstein files. We can't respect pedophiles.
Kind of sad, huh? Really is kind of sad.
All right, now I have to hold my hands up.
What are you doing? What do you mean you're done? You're done with him? Whoa, you're done with him? Chris. That's it. Did you see?
Okay, just watch this. MAGA is dead and burning its own flags. Former MAGA people are torching Trump hats and banners right now as Donald Trump panics over the mass exodus. Lifelong Republican and Trump voter John Gannon from Texas watched ICE and Border Patrol Gestapo swarm and deport his wife, Jasmine Suarez Regis, at Houston's George Bush Intercontinental Airport. He cried on TV saying he would never vote for Trump again after that fiasco destroyed his family. In Ohio, former MAGA voters told MS Now hosts they are done. Trump promised no new foreign wars and lower prices, yet both failed while he pushes tax immunity for his family. One voter said, Trump is just a man with money who thinks he holds all the power and feels none of the pain. Gas and store prices keep climbing, and the war brings zero benefit. Marjorie Taylor Greene posted photos with Thomas Massie, Joe Kent, and Tucker Carlson, declaring they meant no more foreign wars, and Trump betrayed the entire America First movement. These were MAGA's own lieutenants walking away. The base that once roared for him now calls him a pathetic liar who put himself first. MAGA is dead and burning its own flags.
Watch this Trump supporter burn his MAGA hats after Donald Trump told his supporters to basically get over the Epstein files. Just take a look.
We're not going to play with these anymore. MAGA hats are off. America First hats are on. Burn, baby, burn. And this is a great representation of what's left of MAGA.
And the guy who posted that video on social media is a huge MAGA fan, super right-wing. It seems like so many of these Trump voters are just done with him now. This MAGA civil war is not going anywhere anytime soon. Donald Trump was really hoping that with this new statement, people would just fall into line and follow his lead. But many of these diehard Trump fans are saying, not so fast.
2 days ago, I posted this video burning my MAGA hat, and it got 4.5 million views. People on the left think I'm a Democrat now. People on the right are split on it. So let me clarify. I voted for Trump in 2024, and it was my first time voting. I supported him in 2020 and 2016. So why did I burn the hat? 4 reasons. He promised no new wars. America and Israel started a new war with Iran, which closed the Strait of Hormuz and left the whole world in a worse position than before the war. He promised mass deportations. He said 15 to 20 million people over his term would be deported, and in 2025 we got around 500,000 deportations. Number 3, he said he'd cut government spending and decrease the deficit. Doge completely failed, and the big beautiful bill actually increases the deficit. And the biggest one is this is simply not the Trump of 2016. In 2016, him and MAGA were a genuine populist movement. He wasn't taking big donor money. 55% of his donations came from regular people giving small amounts, while in 2024, less than 30% came from those same small dollar donors. And just 10 mega donors, including Elon Musk and Miriam Adelson, made up 44% of his funding. So when you take money from billionaires, they expect a return on their investment. And the final straw was that post from Trump depicting himself as Jesus. Some of you will say it was a doctor because Trump said it was. I don't know about you, but my doctor doesn't come into the room floating, wearing a robe, and healing me with glowing hands. Trump is a human being who lies just like the rest of us, and nobody should be treating him like a god, like everything he says is true. The way I see it, Trump has become the swamp he once promised to drain.
This is a really interesting question. I did initially ask this question in my paper, but I had to cut it out because the story is much more complex than you might think. We're not really asking if Donald Trump became president because of the Tea Party. We're actually asking if the Tea Party helped Donald Trump become the Republican nominee, because the Tea Party would have supported any Republican candidate for president. CNN did do polling of which candidate the Tea Party favored, and Donald Trump did lead the pack, but only by a little bit. Effectively, 60% of Tea Party members said that Donald Trump wasn't their favorite candidate. Now, if you're really interested in what happened in the 2016 election, I'd recommend that you read this book. Now, in my paper, I break down the Tea Party's motivations into 2 groups, free market ideology and racial animus. Obviously, Donald Trump was not very concerned with deficit spending, so if he was attracting certain attention, it probably wasn't from the free market ideologues. In this book, they argue for the role of racialized economics. This is evidenced by the fact that Republicans would say that they weren't really concerned about losing their job, but they were concerned about losing a job to someone from a minority ethnic group. And you can see from this graph that Donald Trump was the person who really benefited the most from white identity politics. So So it's white identity politics that really stepped things up for Donald Trump. But from a strict ideological standpoint, those ideas of free markets and fiscal responsibility were not the ideas that catapulted Donald Trump into the presidency. However, I would argue that the Tea Party movement changed the way that conservative politics takes place. This appeal to the founding era when people were enslaved and women weren't allowed to work or vote. It certainly appealed to a sort of white male identity that showed out quite strongly for Donald Trump. So while there may not be a clear direct link between Donald Trump and the Tea Party, they did shift the Overton window in a way that favored him.
It's not America first when you deport a 4-year-old American child with metastatic brain cancer without medications and without any consultations with her doctors to ensure continuity of care. Nor can you claim to be the party of family values when you intentionally separate a woman married to an American citizen from her breastfeeding child who suffers from a seizure disorder back to her home country while she was attending a routine ICE appointment, which she attended because she wanted to do the right thing in order to get her green card. Nor do you get to claim that you care about the future for American children's lives when a 2-year-old American child was deported to Honduras when she had a place to stay in the United States. However, the father was told that if he attempted to pick her up from ICE custody, he would be deported. It's time that the party of America First and family values admits what this is actually about, which is white Americans first and brown people can leave.
Barack Obama had a big part of 9/11.
Which part?
Not being around, always on vacation, never in the office.
Why do you think Barack Obama wasn't in the Oval Office on 9/11?
That I don't know. We'd like to get to the bottom of that.
I don't care about the gas prices. To me, it's more about getting people out of here that don't belong and making our streets safer.
And what are your thoughts on ICE?
I love them.
You love ICE?
Never do without enough ice. Does that make sense?
Someone came up to you and said, I'm going to give you $1 million. It's for you not to vote for Trump or not to caucus for Trump here in Iowa, but Biden becomes president. Would you take the $1 million?
Absolutely not. Can't buy that.
No, Donald Trump is as sharp as a tack. I mean, the man works 24/7. How can you ask for more than that? No, I'm not worried at all. I'd be worried if it wasn't him in office.
And would you vote for him in 2028?
You bet I would.
What the fuck you're thinking?
One of these days, he'll be gone. You won't hear about it first on the media. No, one of your friends or one of your relatives will call or text and they'll just say, he's gone. They won't even need to say his name. You'll know who they're talking about. So the question becomes, what's next? And I'm not talking about the immediate grieving or celebrating. I'm talking about what happens to MAGA after he's gone. Obviously, they'll have to choose a successor. But that's going to be a problem because there is no immediate successor. The logical choice would be J.D. Vance, but he's not going to work. He doesn't have the leadership qualities or the charisma to lead MAGA. So what about another conservative politician, somebody like Ted Cruz, Josh Hawley, Rand Paul? Well, Ted Cruz is the punchline to a joke. He won't work. When people think of Josh Hawley, they think of that video of him running through the Capitol building to escape the insurrectionists. And Rand Paul is just a libertarian anarchist. He doesn't have wide appeal. What about one of the sons? They're not going to work because they don't have the style. They don't have the charisma. They don't have the leadership qualities of their father. Well, maybe somebody from the media, maybe somebody like Tucker Carlson. Nah, not Tucker Carlson, not any of those folks. In fact, many of them are already turning from him. No, I predict that when he's gone, MAGA will begin to balkanize. It'll break up into smaller groups, coalescing around different individuals who will not be able to unify the whole. And as MAGA continues to break apart, it will lose relevancy. It already is. People are already beginning to realize that MAGA has not fulfilled the promises it made. And they're not enamored of the future promised by MAGA. It's a fairly drab, colorless vision. And worst of all, it's compelled by anger. The problem with anger is it takes a lot of energy. It burns the candle at both ends. People are tired of being angry. People are tired of the rage. People are tired of worrying about things like drag queens and immigrants, when the real problems of this country, the debt, climate change, out of control corporations, AI, and unattainable housing and healthcare are going unaddressed. MAGA will slowly fade away, just like the moral majority in the 1980s. And when his protective umbrella is gone, there will be investigations, there will be accusations, there will be trials, there will be arrests. Some of these folks are already making their exit plans. So goodbye and good riddance to MAGA.
What are you for? Are you with America First or are you with MAGA? I think after this month, after this year, 2025 is the year that MAGA died. This is the year that this hat is no longer controversial. The hat is not edgy. The hat is not provocative. It doesn't even mean anything. This hat is dead. This hat is dead. Now, metaphorically speaking, and this is the future. America First is the future. Explicit, unambiguous, direct, actually has denotative meaning. America First is the credo. So anyway, we'll talk about all that.
Every accusation is a confession. I will not elaborate.
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan!
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.